So let's talk figs. This is Celeste Fig. I got it last year. It's in a, I'm gonna guess to be a 7 to 10 gallon planter, because it really, although it's wide at the top, it really narrows down. Anyway, the blue tape is to, it's reversed. It stops the ants from crawling up the trees. Although they can jump from that stalk on those leaves and get past it. That's why there's two tapes on it, but if they get past, I'll figure out something else. Anyway, the talk about this is, I don't know what kind of production we're supposed to get out of these things, because I'm fairly new to all of this, but I have to tell you that there has to be over 100 figs on this tree. The figs are just everywhere. They're just everywhere. They're just everywhere. And every day I come out here and there's more. Now, I haven't done anything. I've let this go because I really don't know a lot about it. But I've done no pinching. I gave it some Epsom salt. I haven't fertilized it. I don't know if I'm supposed to or not, and I have put compost on top of it. So I guess there's your fertilizer. But I must say, now, this guy, there was, when I pulled out of the, funny story, again, not knowing much about fig trees, at the end of the season last year, which I probably had about 20 figs on it. I got it in the spring of last year, and by the fall, we had eaten about 20 figs off the tree. Anyway, so then all the leaves fell off, and I rolled it downstairs, and I put it in the basement. And I left it there. I didn't give it any water. I didn't do anything. And basically forgot about her. And then I went down there in the basement in the spring for something, and I noticed a whole bunch of green growth on it. Now, it's in a dark basement. There's a little window feeding very little light. So I went, oh my goodness, I forgot about you. And I gave it a little water. But it was still way too cold outside to put her out. And then a couple days later, went down there, and the growths got bigger. I gave it a little more water. And then I started seeing the leaves come out, and I said, oh, I better get you outside. So I rolled her out and I put her in my greenhouse. And over there, sorry for the sun, it's early morning. And the leaves started coming out, and then I knew I had to harden her off because she was in the greenhouse. And I brought her outside, and it was a cloudy day, and I kept bringing her in and out. And then it was this really cloudy day, and I put her out, and I went golfing, and then the sun came out, and I think that's where I got all of these brownish marks on the leaves. It never went to anything else I don't know if it's a disease. I don't know what it is. But it didn't get further. It didn't get worse. Here's a leaf. It's really spotted up. And here's one that it ran down the vein. But it never got any further. And I don't know if it's cold damage. I don't know what the issue is. But it hasn't hindered production. If anything, it's helped production. And like I said, there must be 100 figs. Oh, and the other thing was, when I was downstairs, I had noticed that there were figs growing. There was 9 of them. And they all didn't make it, except for the one. And now we're in the middle of June. And that guy looks... I'm going to be picking this guy off very, very soon. She, whatever you want to call her, is ripe. Juicy ripe. So, that's my Celeste fig. Right or wrong. Probably mostly wrong, but can't argue with 100 fig buds on there now. Thank you. So here we have the first Celeste fig of the season. These were probably left over from last year. They were probably little buds and they popped up early. There was 9 of them. Out of the 9, this is the only one that made it. It's June 13th, I believe. And I'm about to have the first fig of the season. The other rest of them are a long ways off though. But let's see. She's been hanging, she's very soft. Been hanging on that tree. And it washed it off. She looks good. Let's take the bite. Oh, it's windy today. Let's see. Very good, not the best. It has a flavor like, I don't know, let me try it again. It's good. It's syrupy. Almost like a melon flavor, like a cantaloupe melon or a honeydew melon flavor. Interesting. It's good though. Not the best. I had better last year, but not bad.